the ASMR Reader, and today I'm going to read for you. This is a brand new account, and I'm making it for 3 reasons. First of all, I want to become a part of this community. I love ASMR, I love the videos, and I love the people who make them, and I would love to become one of them. Second is for your relaxation. I want this to be a place where you can close your eyes, you can relax, and you can sit back and you can learn something. And that takes me to the third objective, it's learning. I'm going to be reading from a variety of different sources, from history to business to archaeology, anything in between. I want you to be able to close your eyes and learn things that will help your life while still relaxing you. Today I've decided I'm going to start by reading from the Wall Street Journal. If you don't know what the Wall Street Journal is, it's a newspaper and it covers business and some politics. I'm going to stay away from politics though, because you know how messy that can get. And I'm not really much of a buff in politics. I don't like talking about it. It just gets people riled up. And that's the opposite of this channel. I want you to be completely relaxed when you're listening to my videos. You may be wondering why there's no visuals attached to my videos. And that's because I want your complete focus on my words. I want you to be able to completely focus on learning what I'm telling you. Let's get started with the Wall Street Journal. Now, if you've never received a Wall Street Journal, you may not know. It comes in a paper, in a little plastic bag. So I'm gonna first take the paper out of the plastic bag. To begin, I'm going to read from the section of the paper titled What's New? Pretty much a summary of the whole paper for that day. Uber CEO Kalanick was ousted following weeks of maneuvering by some of the ride-hailing company's biggest investors. Do you use Uber? I've just begun using it and I absolutely love it. It's super cheap compared to a lot of taxi companies. It's quick and it's efficient. I think it's a genius business idea, but I also understand why the taxi companies are upset about the business. Next, Altice USA raised $1.9 billion in its IPO, more money than any other US-listed telecom since 2000, in an encouraging sign for the sector. Do you guys know what an IPO is? Pretty much an IPO. It stands for an initial public offering. Companies, they use IPOs to get in the markets, like the NASDAQ or initially get onto those markets, and they raise money for the company. Next, Walmart is telling some tech vendors that they can't run their apps on Amazon's cloud computing services. That'll be interesting to read about. Walmart and Amazon are two of the biggest companies in the world. Next, Theranos has told investors it reached a tentative accord to settle a suit by Walgreens that alleged the startup breached a contract. Next, top U.S. policymakers are set to propose ways to ease bank regulations in Senate testimony. Excuse me. Next, the Dow fell 57.11 points to 21,410.03 as oil prices continued to slide, dragging down energy shares. That's interesting. Next, stock volatility is near historic lows, the reverse of what investors expected after Trump's election. I wonder why that is. So the market's very stable right now. Interesting. Next, Japan's government took the lead role in buying Toshiba's chip unit after voicing concern about technology leaking to China. Next, Nike has agreed to sell some of its products directly to Amazon. Oh wow. Did you hear, first that's pretty huge, that's a big deal, Nike and Amazon. But did you hear that Amazon recently bought out, Whole Foods? Whole Foods is a giant grocery store company. Amazon could be completely dominating the retail grocery industry. In a few years, it could be the only company. No, that's not true, but you know what I mean. Next, Oracle reported earnings that topped Wall Street's modest forecasts. I saw some people had made a lot of money on that Oracle. The price really rocketed. Their stock price. Next, car buyers are increasingly dissatisfied with semi-autonomous features showing up in vehicles. I wonder why they're dissatisfied. Personally, I really do like driving, but semi-autonomous, I suppose that's just like help maybe parallel parking, things like that, not completely driving for you. I wouldn't mind that. Finally, Diageo agreed to buy upscale tequila brand Casamigos for $700 million. I read about that. George Clooney apparently had a big sharehold on Casamigos, and he apparently made quite a bit of money from this deal. What? Is there anything, has anything bad happened to this guy in his life, George Clooney? Like, seriously, it's incredible. He has the life I think everybody wants. Which of those interest you? I'm going to start with reading Walmart to vendors, get off Amazon Cloud. This is by Jay Green and Laura Stevens. The battle between the King Kong and Godzilla of retail has moved into the cloud. Walmart Stores Inc. is telling some technology companies that if they want its business, they can't run their applications serving the retailer on Amazon.com Inc.'s leading cloud computing provider, Amazon Web Services. Amazon's rise as the dominant player in renting on-demand web-based computing power and storage has put some partners, such as Netflix Inc., for streamed videos in the unlikely position of relying on a corporate rival as they move on the cloud. Walmart, loath to give any business to Amazon, said it keeps most of its data on its own servers and uses services from emerging AWS competitors such as Microsoft Corp's Azure. Walmart uses some tech vendors' cloud apps that run on AWS, said Walmart spokesman Dan Toporek. He declined to say which apps or how many, but acknowledged instances when Walmart pushed for AWS alternatives. It shouldn't be a big surprise that there are cases in which we'd prefer our most sensitive data isn't sitting on a competitor's platform, he said, adding that it's a small number. Interesting. Let's move on. Nike no longer runs from Amazon. Nike Inc. has agreed to sell some of its products directly to Amazon.com Incorporated, a person familiar with the matter said. A concession by the sneaker giant that it can no longer afford to ignore the online retailing behemoth. While Nike sells its shoes and sportswear through department stores and specialty retailers, it has refused to sell directly to Amazon, fearing it would undermine its brand. But with traffic to traditional stores on the decline and chains like Sports Authority disappearing, Nike has been ramping up efforts to sell directly to consumers, especially its own e-commerce efforts. Both of Nike's biggest rivals, Adidas and Under Armour, sell some of their products directly to Amazon, which has been working to add fashion brands and apparel to its inventory. News of Amazon deal published shares of retailers, with Foot Locker falling 5% and Finish Line down 4%. Shares of Nike gained 2%. Nike executives have been in talks with Amazon for weeks about cracking down on counterfeit products and the proliferation of unauthorized third-party sales on the site, the person said. The two companies have reached an agreement where Nike would provide some products directly to Amazon in exchange for Amazon policing counterfeit and third-party sites, this person said. Interesting. This is an interesting little factoid. If you invested $1,000 in Apple's IPO, their initial public offering when the company first went on the market, that investment would be worth over $300,000 today. Can you imagine? That's turning $1,000 into a big house in many areas. That's a goal for many people. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my first video. If you'd like more videos like this, and you'd like to learn more, please leave a comment, a suggestion of what you'd like to learn about. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button for more content. The more support I get, the more pushed I will feel to make more videos. I appreciate you sitting here with me and learning about the markets. Together, let's take 4 big, deep breaths. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alright. Once again, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for learning with me. I look forward to making more videos and getting to know the community better. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you for the next video. The ASMR Reader